Okay, so are you ready to get your mind blown? All right, now watch this. Excuse me. So here's the deal. We have these things called filters, okay? Now in NLP, hypnosis, we learn that rules, beliefs, decisions, and values act as filters, like powerful filters. So what happens is you begin to experience something completely different than the person that's talking to you. So that's why it's really important to listen to understand, so you can hear what they're saying and see what they're describing, okay, in the way that they mean it. So that's why it's really important to listen to their intention and their meaning. Because if you're filtering something through your filters, you give their words your meaning, and that's not what they mean. Now, this is a very in-depth thing. It's one of the things I work with my clients, because when you get really good at learning to listen to understand other people's intentions and meanings, it's a game changer. All of a sudden, communication becomes clarity, okay, or adds clarity to communication. Okay, now watch this. There's another filter I'm going to mention that I've never learned anywhere. I didn't learn from hypnosis or NLP or psychology. I learned it from physical experience. When I shifted from my left brain to my right brain, all of a sudden the world started getting filtered through my right brain and physically through my body. Now watch this. If you are, say, a narcissist, because narcissists are very empty inside, and that's one of the things that drives them nuts. That's why they're alcoholics and they do drugs, or they are constantly on their cell phone and they constantly have to date and be on dating apps, and they can't stop. They need distraction, because that feeling of emptiness is horrible. So one of the things that I teach men, I'm going to apply this to narcissists soon, is that the worst experience a woman can feel is emptiness. Now, okay, watch this. So the way men and women experience the world is literally through the way our body is physically built. So the male genitalia is an external. It goes outside of your body. Guess what? The male language, the logical linear language, is an external language. It goes in a line externally. The female language is called the internal, mentally stimulating and emotionally fulfilling language. This language not only turns women on, but it makes them feel complete. It makes them feel emotionally fulfilled, and they feel connected. And that is the number one thing a woman is looking for, is to feel emotionally connected. That's why women are always using words like click, and we just click for some reason. We just clicked mentally, and I just feel emotionally connected to them because their vagina/womb is empty except when they're pregnant or they're having sex. Another way you can give those sensations of feeling connected is through your languaging. Now watch this, okay? Now that's one of the things I teach guys on how to attract women and get a woman to fall in love, etc., etc. The challenge is you as a man has to open up to the right side of your brain, because if you use those words and communicate that way logically, it doesn't work, because she's going to feel the energy of empty logic, okay? Logic is empty to her. So what I'm trying to express is this. Women use this language called the internal languages because her vagina/womb goes inside. There's an opening that enters and goes inside her body. The male language is external because we have this genitalia penis that goes externally, and we tend to penetrate, women's bodies. So that's the way our eyes are. Ours are very what's called linear and external laser beam. And women hate that because it turns them off. You need to open up and go internal, which opens your eyes and opens your chakras, technically your heart. And when you open up emotionally, she opens up emotionally, okay? Now, watch this. Here's my point. So for narcissists, they experience the world in a sense of emptiness. So narcissists are very external beings. They're extreme left brain. They have a wall up to the right brain, which is the internal brain, which is how you connect with yourself when you feel emotionally connected and full and complete, and you feel good, and life becomes rich, because the right brain filters the world and life and words, communication, through see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. So that becomes a filter. So everything becomes colorful, music becomes more alive, and you can really feel the music, and on, because you're connected to your physical body and your emotions. So food tastes better because you're more connected to your taste buds, to your five senses. But when you're in the left brain, you're empty. And this is what women don't like when men are very logical, because after a while it pulls them over into the left brain, and now they feel disconnected and it drives them up the wall. And this is why empaths get really depressed, or emotional people or people that are very right brain get really depressed, and it's like they suddenly life becomes black when they are in a relationship or around narcissists a lot. Life becomes horrible. Well, here's the deal. That horrible feeling you felt when you're around those guys, that's how they feel inside all the time. And they filter everything through the sense of emotional, empty disconnection. So when you start talking about connection with God, when you start talking about you feel this warmth, they're just looking at you like you're so full of shit. Again, it's just like someone who is born and can't see colors. They're kind of looking at you like, colors, like what is that? It's like they can't even, it's a concept they can't even fathom. They're just like, what are you talking about? What is that? What do you mean yellow? Or that, what is that? Because they just see black or white, or everything is faded and gray. Okay? So this is a narcissist experience, especially emotionally, physically, because they're not connected to their body. So this is why when narcissists think about God, they've never had an experience of God, because that's a very right brain experience. So they have this sense of emptiness of, what are you talking about? So I wanted to throw that in there. Let me say something real quick. Another thing about our filters, what we do unconsciously, again, I'm going to stick to the body filter, is we use the language in which we are connected. So if you are intellectual or left brain and disconnect from your body, you will literally use words such as, logical or outside or externally, whereas the internal body, like when women are connected to their body, they use words such as connected, internal, inside, within, look within. We just click for something. I feel emotionally fulfilled, and we bonded and all that stuff, because that's two people connecting, becoming one. So they express their emotions in the language that they're filtering life and their emotional experiences through. All right. So I want to throw that in there to give you an idea of like people that are not right brain or not connected or don't have moments of being connected. I don't even want to say that they're being assholes. They are, and they're very dickheadish and been rude about it. But it's really because they really believe that you're full of shit and that there's no such thing as God and everything that you're talking about. It's a concept they can't understand, period. They just can't. They physically are not connected, and this is a physical connected experience to experience God. And because they're not connected, they can't experience it.